Excuses are chains. Ask yourself, how much grip can I maintain before I slip into the abyss and all is lost again? This is Movie Mike. Welcome to the From Broken to Built podcast. This is episode 4. Guys, I'm sorry that I took a couple weeks off. Just been, trying to get my life in order lately, and I'm being tested a lot. Tested by God, tested by people, tested by the universe. And it seems like, every new thing is a test lately. And it's not all bad tests. I think it's a test of patience sometimes. Sometimes I think it's a test of love, forgiveness. But either way, I'm being tested, and believe it or not, you are always being tested. And it's not a matter of feeling or being worthy. It's just a matter of growing. And I believe that God wants us to grow. And yeah, I've been going through a lot of growing pains lately. Just realizing a lot about myself. I hate saying the word broken because I want to be healed, but just seeing how far broken I was and am, and wishing I had the answers to, remove this behavior problem that I have. I'm so tired of ruining relationships, and it seems like I could become as self-aware as I want. But when I'm in that moment, it's so hard to realize and observe my behavior. And maybe you go through this too. Once you're triggered, it's hard to back off that. And the best thing that we need is time and space. And sometimes you just gotta work through those problems alone. It's up to nobody to try to fix you or heal you. These are things that you got to face alone. You got to stare at that man in the mirror, and you got to understand some things about yourself. Maybe you are a bit controlling, and maybe you are insecure. Maybe you don't have it figured out. And maybe you really need to spend some time healing. This journey has been a hell of a one, I'm telling you. I love it, everything that's happened so far. But in the same token, there's been a lot of sacrifices. There's been a lot of pain. There's been a lot of tears. We're not certain if we can change. We just have to set the intent and move forward and apply all the lessons that you learn along the way. If somebody's trying to tell you something and they're passionate about it, they may have already gone through what you're going through, and you should listen to them. Not all advice is good advice. But sometimes God may be speaking through somebody else to try to get to you. Because you're not going to listen to just anybody. But if it's like a friend telling you something, or even like a coach or a doctor, these people automatically get your respect because you have to trust somebody like that. Or else, you won't move ahead. Sometimes you're forced into trust, and then you decide if you want to continue to trust that person based on their actions, how they show up, and what their character looks like. You can't tell a person's character right away. Yeah, you could read them, and you could feel your gut feeling, but you have to spend time and get to know them, and you have to see how they behave when they're angry at you. You have to see how they behave when they're happy. You have to see how they behave when you win. Because there's a lot of people that don't want to see you win. But I'll tell you what, everybody can win. There's enough food and money and abundance out here for everybody. If we have billions of people on this earth, what makes you think that it's so scarce that you have to keep it all to yourself? Share your knowledge, your wisdom, your love. Love hard, guys. Don't be controlling like me, but love hard like I do. I spend a lot of time thinking about this control issue I have and how I could overcome it. And I'm watching videos and I'm speaking to God, and I'm even in counseling now. I just did my first session. It was more of an intake meeting. She just wanted to gather information and put it in the system. But I'm thankful that I took that step, and now I have my next appointment this coming Friday. And I truly believe I'm not locked into this character. We don't have to change everything about ourselves, but if you see something within yourself that you don't like and people don't like it, you could work on that. You don't got to be prideful and say something like, that's just who I am. Because you're so flexible in this life that you change who you are every single day. Because you learn new things every single day about you, the universe, God, your friends. Everything has influence over you because you're still growing. And when you stop growing, aka get set in your ways, that's when the growth stops. That's when the healing stops. That's when you develop a calcified heart and you become bitter. I've met a lot of bitter people in my time, and it's okay if you're bitter. I hope that you could find clarity and closure in whatever made you that way and become more optimistic, because every single day is a new opportunity to do something great and become something better than you were yesterday and the day before. Each day that sun rises, you have the ability to go out and get it, and you should go out and get it. And I'm not speaking like I'm the guy who goes and gets everything. I am very optimistic and I am a go-getter, but I do have flaws. I'm not perfect. I fail to take action sometimes. Sometimes I'd rather sit in silence and just reflect on everything that's going on. Introverts need a lot of alone time, and this is recharging. When you sit alone, preferably in nature. I haven't been in nature a whole lot lately. I got to get out there. My work schedule is so weird now, but sit in nature. You recharge. Take your shoes and socks off. Put your feet right in the grass. And you are grounding yourself, my friend. And when you ground yourself, you could then fill that cup up. You don't need to overfill it, but you could fill it up enough to show up for people. To show up just to your job and excel at it. When your cup has some liquid in it, suddenly the world is like, hey, I could do this. I could definitely get through this. And when whenever you give your energy to people, you enter their world and allow for their problems to take liquid from your cup. That's a very brave, powerful choice you make. And you don't have to do that. You don't have to give your energy to anyone. But if you have a big heart like I do, of course you're going to want to see how you could bring value to that person's life. And that could leave you depleted. So what do? You take your shoes and socks off. You put your feet in the soil or the grass, and you recharge. You sit alone. You should think about the things that are coming out of your mouth, because if you don't, that means you speak without thinking. Always think about what you're going to say before you say it, because we cannot take words back that are already said and inflict pain on other people. What you can do is think about that word, pick another word that would not do as much damage, but still get your point across, and go with that. This is called thinking before you speak. A lot of people fail to do that. A lot of people just want to be heard. And in a world full of overlooked people, I understand that. I understand wanting to be heard. But there's a time and a place for everything, and you don't have to tell your life story to somebody who listens just because they're listening. Stay in that moment with them and try to develop a relationship, a friendship. And with that, you can move forward knowing that you've impacted somebody's life. Not only that, this is me, the opportunist. You could lean on your friends in the future. Not take advantage of them, but lean on them for advice. They could help you. You know, sometimes your friends need that. And you're really not stuck. So let's talk about healing. This healing journey is very hard for me. I'm not going to lie to you. I think I have it figured out some days, and then I just regress. And I wish I had the answers. I know that this counseling is going to give me the tools I need to become better. Ultimately, I need discipline, and I need to keep showing up and applying these lessons. This self-awareness can only take me so far. We need actual change. And it's going to take rewiring of the brain. And the way you rewire your brain is repetition. You continue to do the same thing over and over again, and you rewire your brain. So if you decide that internal dialogue in your head is no longer going to be filled with doubt and shame, but instead uplifting thoughts and positivity, you'll rewire your brain and you'll become a positive person. It's that simple. You are what you think. And if you think you're a piece of shit, that's what you are going to be to yourself. And by the way, the rest of the world doesn't think you're a piece of shit. But you may feel that. You got to rewire your brain. I've been thinking about sleeping with affirmations. If you listen to binaural beats, I believe it's like 432 hertz. It's very healing. It's a healing vibration, and it will help you to rewire your thoughts. You could also have affirmations where, if you don't know what an affirmation is, it's a word that uplifts you, basically, that you say to yourself. So when you talk good to yourself, you're actually healing yourself as well. And when we say affirmations over and over again, you begin to believe them. If you keep hearing something over and over again, you're going to start to believe it, even if it's a lie. So say affirmations to yourself like, I am confident. I am strong. I am patient. I am funny. I am smart. I am loved. I am secure. I am healed. I am healing. And you make sure you say I am. And if you don't know the power of I am, look that up. I am is an agreement with the universe. If you say I am, you're agreeing with what you're saying, and it's going to come true. You're going to manifest that. So before you say I am, think about that third word that's going in there. And when you say I, think about the second word that's going to go in there. Because if you say I hate or I love, these are going to cause two different reactions within the brain. Stop saying I hate. You could say I dislike. But when you fill your heart with hatred, and your heart could only take so much hatred, you will boil. You will overboil because you will have anger and resentment. It's good to just forgive and move forward. You could remember everything that happened because it's fucked up what happened to you, but you don't have to carry it on your shoulders everywhere you go. Imagine if each time you had a burden, it was like a 10-pound boulder on your shoulders. And you're carrying all that weight around, trying to get through life. And eventually you're going to add this next burden, and your knees are going to shake. And your ankles are going to ache. And you're going to buckle. Your back is going to go. It doesn't matter how strong you are. You can't carry all that guilt, shame, and burdens with you. You need to forgive. You don't have to move on. You could still remember what happened. But forgive what happened. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for being ever put in that situation. Forgive your parents for putting you in that situation. Forgive God for putting you through that test. Because that test was to help you later on in life and you don't even know it. Just keep showing up, guys. I promise you it's going to pay off. Rewire your brain with positivity. Become an optimistic person. When that alarm goes off in the morning, shoot out of bed. Don't lay there and hit the snooze button. Shoot out of bed and ask God what the assignment is today. And I'm guilty of this, guys. I'm trying to practice what I preach. I don't always do that. Sometimes I forget that God's up there and He's watching, and I need to always remember the relationship I have. My prayers have become so powerful I cry during them now. I really want you guys to have that. To know you don't have to carry this alone. God is with you. And if you don't believe in that, find a mentor. Find a mentor who's older than you, who's been through some shit and is already successful. And success is not weighed in how much you've done. It's about how much you're doing lately. And sometimes you're successful, the next week you're not. You just got to keep showing up and moving forward. That bank account may be in zero, but there's always a way to get it. I'm sorry that I didn't tell you guys this sooner, but you could have been getting money by donating your plasma. I donated plasma for my blood this week, and I got $100 for it. And it goes by your weight. So all you fat fucks out there, go get that money. $100. If you're like 300 pounds, you get $100. Next time I go, I'm getting another $100. The time I go after that, I'm getting $75. And then so on until it drops down to $40, and then that's my steady pay for there on out. But I have some bad news. The plasma center is closing. August 15th, it's going out of business. They're packing up and they're moving on. So if you want to donate plasma, you're going to have to go to Syracuse or like PA or something like that. Find a plasma center. If you don't want to do that, do apps like DoorDash. You could do Spark. You could do Grubhub. You could do Instacart. You could do all these things to make extra money. Not passive, extra money. And if you have a lot of downtime, if you find yourself staring at a TV, maybe after you recharge for that hour, go out and get it. Go find the money. Whenever my bank account hits zero, and oftentimes it goes over that, I go negative. It goes beyond that, I mean. I go in the negative a lot, and it keeps me humble, first of all. I know that that bank account will fill up again. The bank account is much like me in the sense that it needs to recharge. In your relationship with your bank account has to be a rich one. If you want to be rich, you got to change your mindset. But anyway, the reason I go negative a lot is because I will dip down to, say, about $20, and then I will go put that last $20 in my gas tank, and for some odd reason it allows me to go over the amount. So I'll fill up my gas tank, and then I'll take that negative deficit and I'll eat it, and I'll try to get, out of debt. It's kind of sucks to have to do this, but it's a good survival tool. I believe Morabito does it. I think Speedway takes directly from your account, so you can't do it there. But you just got to experiment with it. I'm learning a lot about being poor. Excuse me, one sec. I'm learning a lot. Hold on, water break, guys. I've been learning a lot about being poor, strategies, just things that you develop for survival. I realize that everything is a choice. You could definitely make a good choice and you can make a bad choice. In survival, oftentimes people make poor choices, but as long as you have morals and principles and you stand on them in integrity, you don't have to worry about filling your life with bad choices. There's always an alternative. You're never locked into that situation. And if you are in dire straits, then you could borrow money from a friend, as long as you pay it back. Don't be borrowing money that you have no intentions in paying back, because that, my friend, is manipulation, and it ruins friendships. And think about it. You're going to dodge a person for weeks over $20 and pretend they don't exist when you see them because you're afraid of retaliation. Communication is key, people. If you fuck somebody over, just let them know, hey, I don't have it and I have no intention of paying it back. Maybe one day when I'm rich, I'll pay it forward and I'll get you a lunch sometime. But don't take it if you have no intentions on paying it back. If you've already borrowed from 2 to 3 friends, how are you going to pay all those people back when you get paid? It's not going to happen. One of those people are going to get fucked. And that's just the way it goes. So pay your debts, at least to the people in your network. Pay your debts when it comes to the key necessities. Don't fuck with your transportation. Pay your car bill, your insurance, save money for gas. Don't fuck with a roof over your head. Pay your rent, your electric bill, your utilities, your groceries. And also, don't fuck with your kids. Because your kids deserve entertainment. They deserve, fun experiences. And by you continuing to live your life in a deficit, you can't offer those things. Yeah, you could definitely do a lot of things for free, but the funnest shit costs money, and you have to admit that. It's really unfortunate, but that's just the way this system has built itself. So I really want to do more stuff with my kids, and I hate making promises that I can't keep. So I just want to be able to surprise them with stuff and be like, yo, last weekend I took them to the abandoned prison out by Norwich, and they were scared at first, but they had been asking me for weeks to go to abandoned places, and I've shot a lot of videos there with my guy Heavy, and I thought, what a great opportunity this would be to show them an abandoned place, give them a little history about this place, and discover new things, because they'd never been there before. I've been there, so I led the way, of course. I made sure they didn't step in certain areas. I let them know, like, don't touch this, don't do that. And they had a lot of fun. We ended up leaving because it was like a utility vehicle there. And it looked like they were scrapping metal, or they were scrapping something. And I just didn't want to get seen by them. So I said, let's get out of here. We spent about an hour there. And it was a lot of fun. I want to do more of that stuff. Obviously I want to keep them safe. But if there's like abandoned places that I know of, I want to take them to it. I want new experiences. I don't always want to, play video games, and that's all fun and everything, but I did that my whole life, and it brought me no fulfillment. I don't even play video games anymore unless they ask me to. I don't really watch movies unless, somebody wants to watch them with me. Life has become very simple for me, and I really want to heal. I really want to stop controlling people. I really want to love more. I want to love myself more. I've become insecure. I don't know why. I think oftentimes control and insecurity go hand in hand. And the things that have happened in my life has made me this person, and I just wish that I could control myself. But I can't. It's like impulsive. It's like controlling outcomes has become part of my nature. And I am not that. I know that's not the real me. I know that it's been a circumstance that has led to that, being insecure. Because guys, I don't have a whole lot right now. I go back and forth between my girlfriend's and my mom's house. And sometimes that makes me feel like a loser. But right now I'm rebuilding my life. And sometimes you have to go through the shit in order to get to the pie, man. And like right now, I'm in the shit. And the shit is not so bad, I'm telling you. Like there's still happiness in the shit. It's just, I want that pie, man. And when I get that pie, and what the pie looks like is, my own place again. Pay off my debts. I'm looking forward to having a place where my kids could have their own bedroom. We could put like awesome stuff that they love in there. And man, I want to decorate it. I want to have like a little man cave and an office in there. Cool to have like a home gym. Like, I know this is all material things, but we are in the material plane, guys. You got to understand, money is not evil. You need money in order to get to all the fun. Money can become evil if you treat it that way, but it's all based on the person with that money in their hand. It's not the money itself. Money is just an object. It's just a piece of paper or a piece of metal. Sometimes money's a piece of fruit, but either way, it's just an object. It's all about that person whose intentions of using that money and what they are. Like if you don't know how to use money, or if you use money in evil ways, of course it's going to fuck your life up. You think you could get away with your evil deeds your whole life? You may think nobody's watching, but God's watching, and that's the ultimate judge right there. You might not go to court in front of a judge, but you're going to be judged. Best believe it. And all the shit that I've been going through is because I'm being judged by God. I'm being taught lessons, I feel. I definitely fucked up several months back, and I should have went through the necessary steps to get out of my relationship. But I was hasty, and I was in love with another person, and I just wanted out. And there's reasons for that. It's not just I'm selfish. There was reasons why I felt I needed to get out. And I had felt that for a long time, and I just didn't have the balls to do it. So I'm thankful that God had made that happen. He gave me that, but also he said, well, I'll give you this, but then I'm going to take away this. And let's see how you do with this lesson to earn it back. And all these lessons I've been trying to complete with patience. It's been lesson after lesson. And also, he's been putting people in my life to talk to me. Like, I almost feel like I am talking directly to God sometimes when people say certain things to me. These conversations that I've been having, and just maybe it's just a positivity thing. Like, maybe if you think positive, you're going to attract positive people into your life. And if you think negative, well, maybe that's the case too, you know? What does it look like to be healed? Like, will I still have this behavior? Like, will it still sometimes come out? Or being healed and feeling secure in yourself, maybe it completely rewires you. And that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that this counseling, I'm hoping that praying to God, and I'm hoping that giving myself more love is going to give me the things I need to become a better person. I know I'm a good person. I know I don't need to go out and fix everything about myself in order to be loved. But I also identify and see that I have a lot of flaws that hold me back from being compatible with people. And compatibility is not just, relationship with a woman or a man. It's like compatible with friendship, compatible even with your kids. We can definitely rewire our brains, and that's what I want. I want to stop controlling people. I want to stop fucking up relationships. I really want this change. And it's going to come. It's going to come by showing up and doing it in repetition. Just like I said. That's how you rewire yourself. So, I wish I could tell you guys some exciting news what happened this week. But I just been working. Been doing the night shift, or the afternoon shift. Going from 1 until 9:30. And once again, I work at Advanced Auto Parts. And I'm currently looking for better employment. I want to stay in my field if possible, because believe it or not, just even touching a light or clicking a shutter brings me so much happiness. I'd rather do that than what I'm doing right now. And it's not to say that what I'm doing right now isn't needed and doesn't fulfill me, because it does. But I'm just in the wrong industry. I'm a photographer, I am a filmmaker, and I am an artist. Ultimately, underlying all these things, I am a creative. And you could use creativity in every aspect of your life, including bullshit jobs. But imagine if you could do the exact thing that brings you joy. And who knows, maybe I won't like doing that if it becomes, tedious. But the things that this job was asking for is everything I do anyway. So it's why not just match up with this job and make more money, because that's what I need right now. I need more money to get that place for me and my kids. And don't hold on to things that are temporary. A job is temporary. A career is forever. Until you retire. A job, place like Advanced Auto Parts, could go under, might go bankrupt because they don't make a whole lot of money. So why would you stick to an industry that is going out of business? I mean, not the whole industry, but a business, a franchise. Who knows if all of them will go out? But at least realize that this business is suffering and your job security is on the line. Whatever little pay you get there anyway. And you should probably think of a plan B. Because you don't want to get fucked over. So I'm hoping that Sean Murphy hires me for his photography editing job. I'm putting that out there. And I hope that I can make a career out of it. I really hope that Sean Murphy, explodes into a multi-million-dollar business. And that I'm right there alongside him. Same with the Black Tie Brothers. I hope that those guys become billionaires. And I hope that, I could still seek employment from them. I'm so thankful for them. And those are going to be my bread and butter for a while. And it'll be nice to have toast once again. Toast and butter. That's some good shit right there. Put a little toast. Put some toast in the toaster. Let it get real dark. Like, don't burn the shit out of it. Then you moisten it up with some butter. Over the top of that, you put some peanut butter. You glob it on thick because peanut butter is filled with protein. And then you fucking eat that shit like a damn gorilla. And then you wash it down with some milk because you ain't a fucking simp. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta fucking do the things that bring you joy. And now I'm just talking out of my ass because I think I'm done with this episode. And I don't want to force shit. And I don't want to show you guys that I'm, sarcastic either. Not just yet, because this podcast is meant to be professional and inspiring. And I'll show you guys my sense of humor over time. But I don't want you guys to formulate a lesser opinion of me just yet. So sit tight. Enjoy the episodes. If you want to come on my podcast, just reach out to me. My schedule is pretty hectic right now, but I promise I will make time. And even if it's like late at night on a weekend, we will get a podcast in, an episode in. And I actually need you guys more than you think, because talking to others about your problems and things that you want to work towards is actually part of the healing journey. And yeah, the guys, I hope you had a good week. I hope that this weekend is fruitful. I hope whatever milestones or goals you're working towards right now, inches closer to you. If not, you complete them. And I hope that everybody stays safe, stay positive, rewire your brain. And remember, you can and you will, if you choose to, go from broken to built. This is Movie Mike on the From Broken to Built podcast. And this is episode 4. And I'm signing off. Peace.